Hey guys, we're here with Higanbana no Saku Yoro ni, which I presume means the unforgiving flowers blossom in the dead of night. This is, as you might be able to tell by the title, it's by Ryukishi07. Well, I mean, coincidentally it ends with me, not, like, it's not part of the When They Cry series. This is one of his other visual novels. I think he's made 4, not counting Rewrite. That's, you know, the 2 When They Cry games. Counting them as 1, not 4. Higanbana and Rose Gun Days. I was planning on doing Rose Gun Days next. But I figured, you know, since I have the letter up, and I started the House of Fata Morgana, which I may put on delay to do this instead. Figured, you know, might as well keep up, you know, the spooky theme. As you can tell by this kind of ominous title screen, like, music. It's more sound than music. It's a collection of short stories, I think. By short, I mean like an hour or 2 long-ish. This is Meso Sand, the first one. I have to do them in order. I think there's 7 the first night. I don't know how many are in the second night. Like, they're 2 separate games. So, let's go ahead and get started. Oh, what was that? Story is decidedly a work of fiction. Has no relation to any current individuals, organization, places, or events. Oh, the Umineko sound effect. The wind sound effect. Let me just crank that down to, like, there. And is that a female bathroom, I think? That's messing with volume, so I didn't get the chance to look at it. A man exits the bathroom stall and leaves a lone girl behind him. Oh, this is nostalgic. On the Steam patch of Umineko, they use a different font. So I haven't seen this font in whenever I last tried Umineko. No, even before that, because when I wasn't playing Umineko with the PS3 patch, that was like episode 1 and the first half of episode 2 for me. That's when I installed the PS3 patch. As for the girl's appearance, if described with the word, it was strange. She wore socks and indoor slippers. If you're supposed this is a school, then there's nothing strange about that. On her back, she was wearing a red backpack. If we're supposed this is a school, there's nothing strange about that. And she was wearing brown... Well, yeah, usually people wear those underneath their clothes, though. I mean, there's nothing strange about the girl wearing underwear in itself. However, whether to be a girl in her underwear in a bathroom stall, that was strange. Or to wear a backpack while in her underwear, that was strange. For a girl and a man to be alone in a bathroom stall, that was strange. Even if we imagine what kind of unseemly things could have happened here, they couldn't have been described as anything but strange. As the echoes of the man's footsteps began to fade away, the girl remembered she was helplessly forgotten, alone in the former school building. She sank to the floor, and to shed her tears while sobbing. Meso. What? Oh, okay, so... Is that yellow or gold? But what's the going on here? Is this red truth shenanigans again? Wait, maybe it's just in yellow to show that it's different from other text. Presumably. Alright, should I click? Okay. I think unlike Ryukushi's other works, this one's more horror oriented than mystery. More like a... Oh, opening? I'm gonna mute this. Not really sure if I should or not, but I mean... Oh, there might not be vocals to this. If there's no vocals in 10 seconds, I'll turn it back on. Okay, there's vocals. It's Battler. Oh, that didn't really... That looked more like a young Rudolph, actually. And that's Bullying Girl, I think. I don't know a lot about this, but I know Bullying and Sakatario's in it. The lyrics kind of... Well, the singer reminds me of Umineko's first opening singer. Might be the same one. It's Ishigami. Oh, ghosts? I don't know if this is supernatural or not. Ryukishi07 really likes writing about bullying. Like, you know, there's like the child abuse in Satoko and Maria. There's just Satoko in general and Higurashi, like with Shion. Like, you know, aside from just, you know, the, you know, regular child abuse. Gotta take it a step further. Okay, looks like you can unmute it now. The opening was styled like it was on like a, you know, like a TV. Addition of new elements. Please check the title screen for newly added content. Oh, I assume we can watch the opening where the glossary has been unlocked and is now available. Okay. There are large numbers of students in this school. Girls make up half the crowd. And so, perhaps it's no longer appropriate to keep calling the girl in our story the girl. Also, if we can care into her privacy and dignity to satisfy our own curiosity, then her name can easily be revealed here as well. The girl's name is Mary Moria, and Japanese writing. The volume's really loud. I don't know. I really should have checked, like, in-game. But how's that? A blank-year student in the 8th class. She was a kind-hearted girl who worked as a member of the animal raising committee. Her grades were average. She wasn't strong in any subject. PE was her weakest. It could have been said that she was even somewhat below average. Looking at her background, Maria had assumed many class managerial positions, such as committee member and team leader. Unfortunately, it's not as if she had any ambition to attain them. Rather, others forced the positions onto her. She didn't have the strength to refuse them. There were times when she had thought of saying farewell to her weaker self. Yet, she had been able to change herself by thought alone. No one would have to suffer. And so, without love for herself, Maria headed down into the dark alley called Today. For how long had Marie been forced to do the things she didn't want to do? What kind of shameless deeds were she being forced to do? As for that, there's no need to explain it in detail. The girl did things she didn't want to do and continued being humiliated. That's the simplest way to describe her current circumstances. How do I hide text? Oh, like the background darkened after it showed for a second. Okay, those are faces. And writing. Okay, I see now. How'd she strayed into the sad fate? One might muse about the excuses for why she was so meager and worthless. She had no choice but to live like that. There's no other way. No way to refuse it. That was always for the best. Nevertheless, these reasons didn't help her situation one bit. Wanting something in order to make up for one weakness is to invite another weakness. Payment to make up for that weakness again results in the search for another something to compensate. Say like an antlion pit, spiral of malice without end. Already, many of Marie's weaknesses have been gripped by a man. She couldn't put into words her refusal to do the many shameless things he asked of her. For Marie, she didn't have any friends she could ask for help with this kind of problem. She had family, but there wasn't anyone she could trust if she'd spoke her mind. There were 3 children in the Moria family, but Marie's sisters were far more talented. Since Maria was always on the bottom rung, in just being alive day by day, she had her sisters' superiority and her own incapabilities thrust upon her. Eventually, Maria became servile, so became alone at school and at home. Okay, this is depressing. In her fresh distress, sure to ask for help, she feared she would doubtlessly be compared to the greatness of her sisters and suffer for it. And so, when she was dropped into this antlion pit, Maria couldn't think of anyone in her family to ask for help. To her, what she thought was for the best was constantly backfiring and backfiring. To her, a girl who couldn't refuse joining the animal raising committee when pressed, how could you escape this malicious trap? And so, in other words, this was basically, even though it's very, very pitiful for her, a natural consequence. Why is the toilet flipped over? Marie slowly puts on her clothes and once again dons her backpack. Well, this way. This is the bathroom. There's a toilet paper roll. She was reminded of the many disgraceful things she was forced to do mere moments ago. Like, hold that guy's hand. It's not letting you under, like, actually hold a hand, like. And so, for Marie, from the moment she adorned the backpack, she felt as though she was being controlled by that man. Why did it have to turn out like this? This oxygen-deprived air. I idly thought to myself that even if there was a goldfish that could swim in midair, it would have no choice but to stick its head in the water to breathe. It was my fault from the very beginning. I went and did something I wasn't supposed to, and Sensei found out and blamed me for it. That's something very, very wrong. And if my classmates found out, there's no mistake, I'll surely be bullied. So is this just, that Angie, is it Angie or Angie? I'm just gonna keep saying Angie because, you know, that's how you'd say it in English. That one flashback in episode 4, is this just that, but extended, like, by 20 times? By twice? Because that cutscene was 10 hours long. It was that kind of thing. So when Sensei said I was alright to keep it a secret, I felt very grateful to Sensei. No matter what kind of strange things he might have wanted in return. I've been bullied for a very long time. For now, I'm happy that I'm no longer being picked on. But that's only because my class has found someone else more worthy than bullying than me. So that any kind of compensation would have been easier than returning to being the scapegoat once again. Because the role of the scapegoat was a painful one. And so, from the beginning, I was willing to endure whatever he wanted. Already compared to the sorrow and fear of being bullied in class, listening to Sensei's words weren't hard at all. Aside from calling me after school, it's not like Sensei ever teases me. Instead, he goes so far as to punish the classmates who do tease me. Yes. Even though Sensei forced me to disgrace myself, okay, I thought so. He was protecting me. But I'll assume he was the guy in the bathroom. And so in return for protecting me, I kinda think it's my duty to give Sensei whatever he wants, and I endure it. Feeling guilty about what Sensei wants is my problem, while Sensei himself is always very satisfied with them, and even compliments me. So I've come to endure it, thinking that what I'm doing is good, but don't know how to stop his desires. The deeds I should have offered up in gratitude to Sensei for protecting me are now becoming an obligation I must perform for him. The occasional after-school relationship gradually began to curl into other times as well. You can stop the laughing sound effect now. Just play ah ha ha dot laugh. Not this. He'll do things like ordering me to feign illness so he can take me away during class, or order me to come to school on days off. Till now, school life has always been secondary. Now and Sensei wants me on weekdays and weekends, I must do his bidding. It's exhausting me. Why am I so dedicated to doing these things? These toils that I've come to endure to protect my tranquil school life, to begin to violate that very tranquility. I'm starting to believe they no longer serve their purpose. However, there's no doubt Sensei helped protect me from those bullies. Like today, a bunch of boys who wanted to pull a prank from my textbook were all lined up out in the hall for me. I inspect them with an open palm until they were red all over. When does this take place? Should I assume just the 80s, like, you know, when the cry is, or have you made them apologize to me? Oh, Yosuke Days takes place in like the 60s, 50s? Sometime around then. So I can't think of Sensei as a bad person. Rather, he's a good teacher who helps protect me from bullies. And so heeding Sensei's desires is the natural way of showing my gratitude for that. On the other hand, feeling uncomfortable means that I'm starting to lose that appreciation. Is Sensei a good person or a bad person? I don't even know that anymore. Just today, I did exactly as he said, ordering me to put on a backpack while in my underwear. Sort of seems as if he wanted to thank him for his day's work. I hurt because I don't feel thankful. Since they didn't protect me, I'll probably be bullied in class right now. Compared to that, this is okay. Even though I thought that way, I couldn't stop myself from continuing to cry and sob. Mess. Okay, so that's not a gold, yellow, whatever this time. That's interesting. Also, what does messel mean? Is that just a sound effect of crying, or? With only the victim's name revealed, the injustice of leaving the culprit's name undisclosed is something only done in newspapers. So here's the name of the man who forced Marie Moria's unreasonable destiny upon her shall be revealed. Oh, this is Sensei, I assume? Oh yeah, it's Rudolph. Young Rudolph. Just as divulged in the hero's monologue, this man is Marie's homeroom teacher. His name is Yoshihito Kanamori. Young with a slender figure, even his calm composure, he hadn't lost his humor. There was a popular teacher who many girls longed for. Oh, he's evil. But that was just a matter of his appearance. On the inside, he crushed the meager desires of these girls underfoot, and he had plenty of them. He was the worst. Once set his sights on a sacred position, might have been a virtuous man. But the pressure of the real world dispersed his unrealistic dreams. Before long, coupled with the pressure of work and unrewarding days, he began to embrace an irrational anger. Even though he selfishly devoted himself to his work, no one was grateful to him for it. All he had was his trickling of his own meaningless sweat. Yet there are a lot of people in this world who would stand on his shoulders, sip that delicious sweat. He was already seeing his efforts being rewarded and continued to pile up his hard work. But on the other hand, during times when no one else rewarded him, he had to reward himself. Because if you thought that about his work up until now, this kind of deviation was justified. I like this song. I think I saw Dai's name on this, so that makes sense why I like it. So I began to reinforce his selfish reasoning. That would only be his unconscious rage. If he hadn't found an outlet for that rage in another person, he might have continued to be a noble teacher. But he found that person. Not only that, she was also one of his students. So from that point forward, his life lost its purity. He unmistakably became the worst kind of man. His purpose now, when he came to school, was not to educate the next generations of girls and boys to be the future of society, but to amuse his unrequited self by consciously violating the girl to his heart's content. That was just the starting point of Kanamori's conscious sins. He had a weakness. No matter how much he suppressed it, his desire could not be contained from unleashing his pleasure. That pleasure didn't need long to take the guilt away from him. The listless morning staff meeting knew no end and went on and on. I don't know where this is going, you know? Complaints from parents about the quality and differences in each class's report cards. Complaints about the harsh rule of not being able to use towels at the school's pool due to the spread of skin disease. Till as recently as last year, there's an insistent and tenaciously repetitious vice principal. Did I say that right? Who put on air. I thought it was reptileless at first when I first saw it. I thought the T was an L. I'm tired. Come on now. But so I was like, wait, what? He's a dinosaur? He's a lizard? During those times, my heart wanted the school day to quickly end so I could call hurrying to the usual former school building bathroom. Oh, it's his perspective now, okay. Then I could greatly satisfy my twisted fantasies, which should become whatever kind of outlet I desired. Pool opening began. The school-appointed dark blue swimsuits became dazzling miracles. I think I'm just about tired of the underwear and backpack combination. Perhaps this time I'll make her wear that backpack with a school swimsuit. No doubt it'll be laughably stupid look for her, just like no one else has ever seen. I made her prepare for it. Even that kind of ridiculous outfit could become a reality the next day. A girl who could never refuse anyone who indulge in my fantasies. To control one girl. With just this kind of criminal conduct, I was able to imagine myself as having reached a complete level beyond anyone else in the staff room. Plenty of different philosophies has questioned how humans could elevate themselves. How could I elevate myself as a human? How could I be at ease without being looked down upon by others? These were things I had worried about in my younger days. But the solution tumbled right under my nose. I control someone and stand above them. By doing only that, I was able to conquer my complex that affects me since childhood. Not only that, I didn't feel like I was being looked down upon. On the contrary, when no students were around, as I immersed in my superiority, I felt over chit-chatting co-workers. But at the same time, it's for those fears that should have completely disappeared. I was aware that some stayed in my mind. For today, tomorrow, and even the day after that, I'll probably continue to do as I please with that girl to my heart's content. Yet, for it to continue into next year, the year after that, even 10 years from now is impossible. Mary Moria, and unlike other students, will soon change schools, graduate. Oh, so is this middle school? The world she surrounds herself with will change. Before I know it, time may come when she'll be beyond my control. That time, it'd be better if we could end it cleanly like an estranged couple's sudden breakup. Expecting that was foolish. What I've come to force Mary to do is a completely excuseless crime. The girl who wants to be released from me always swears that she'll never tell anyone. But that's only while she's under my control and has nowhere to run. If her circumstances change, there's no doubt she'll immediately change that and report me to the police. For instance, how much longer can she remain obedient? People don't submit to the very depths of their souls. Till that day comes when they are released, they can only look to lessen their oppression. Someday, Maria Moria will surely betray me. With that in mind, how could I keep this going for even just one more heart-melting day? When faced with the end of those days, how could they end peacefully? I began to ponder. First thing I thought of was how I could extend my power over her after she graduated. How could I control her forever without betrayal? It's not like our bodies can last forever either. If that's the case, assuming these days have to end, I was thinking of a way to make them end as quiet. Please don't kill her. As quietly as possible. What resolution would be a clean ending? Since there's no guarantee she'll never betray me, how could I end this so I could trust her not to stab me in the back? After following this chain of logic, the resulting solution was exceedingly simple. Answers overflowing in countless movies, television programs, and the like. Blackmail her, like take pictures of her. So it instantly came to mind. Oh wait, no, don't strangle her. No. Come on now, like, from this point forward in my mind, like blackmailing her, that's already, that's scummy enough as is. So, unknowingly, the idea began to bloom that Maria Moria must be killed. At least for now, the arrow and note thing changed to red. Maria's obedient, having discord in her domestic environment, and unable to consult her family. Being a bully child from the beginning, she has no friends to ask for help in class. Therefore, it's while she's obedient that I should put her away. Came to realize I had in the palm of my hand a moist and detestable sweat. Yes, this was the price. Price for the unforgivable sin of violating one girl is the outlet of my desires. But the way to pay that price was through another sin. My power of sins reached the height of inhumanity. Ryukishi's art has really improved. Like, I think it reached like a bearable point come Umineko. Like, even Higurashi's aren't, as bad as people make them out to be. But now, like, what's Sensei's name? His sprite is totally passable. Like, there are plenty of guys that are worse than I am. I think, let's just call her, what's her name? Murray, right? Murray Moria. Her sprite's a bit, less than passable, but it's still, good. Till today, and he learned how to draw hands, so, that's a plus. Even after today, I'll continue to devote myself. I'll uphold my noble teaching profession better than anyone else. I'll energetically handle teaching homeroom. As for club and advisement and trouble with parents and the like, if someone complains, I'll handle everything and continue on without reward. After all, if I think of all that I've achieved so far, putting aside a crime to this degree, still can't be considered a bad guy. No, I think you can. This world, the guys who have done well can do as they want. Guys who can't end up, always getting used until they drop dead. That's just it. Am I not just teaching the girl who aptly fits my reasoning, Maria Moria, that special lesson? The guys who don't notice can only spend their lives being controlled by someone. It's natural for them to continue being exploited. That's a really, negative outlook on the world. Anyway, Maria is still obedient. I'm always calling her to the old building's restroom unnoticed. Perhaps I could change where we meet. Wonder if there might be a way to ask her to go somewhere unnoticed, where there'd be no evidence. Absolutely, without exposing myself. Trying to kill her? I'll think it over. I have to come up with a foolproof plan. Hello. It's not as though I have to rush my plan out by today or tomorrow. Because at least for today and the days after, Maria should have no way to escape from my control. What kind of pleasure shall I indulge in today? Again, I allow my mind to fill with perverted fantasies. And until the long speech by the vice principal and the first bell, for a long time, those fantasies continued. Say meso meso, Sand came out. Say they heard it crying meso meso. This is the land of the school's children. As it can only be entered by children, often strange superstitions spread among them. When walking through the halls, I suddenly heard that. Recently, I've heard that name around as if it were a new school ghost. School yokai is just that. Okay, is that the, like the cover girl? It kind of looks like, Lucifer from Umineko. Oh wait, are those tips? How do I view tips? Probably on the opening screen, the title screen. For example, the science room skeleton starts to dance in the middle of the night, or if someone sees the moving eyes of the music room's Beethoven statue. Schools everywhere have them. Without a better alternative, they're often introduced in school ghost stories. There are also stories like the school's 7 mysteries. I don't really know what kind of yokai make up the 7 mysteries at the school, but at any rate, it seems like I've just heard about them. Looks like the children are talking about a yokai called Meso-Meso-san. As its name implies, it seems like it's a yokai that cries Meso-Meso. It's a truly childish and simplistic naming. So is... I don't really know. When I moved to hurry past them without that thought of how stupid it was, I stopped suddenly in my tracks. So then I heard them say this. Yeah. That Meso-Meso-san, right? Apparently it comes out of the old school building's girls' bathroom. Okay. Then inside that hall, it cries it cries Meso-Meso. I think it might be someone crying and knock on the door. We'll start to hear it from inside. Meso-Meso-Meso-Meso. You out there, please listen to my pitiful story. Not knowing it, a shiver began to creep up my spine. The Meso-Meso-san the students were talking about wasn't a yokai or anything of the sort, because it might have really existed. In the old school building's restroom, someone had been crying. When someone asked why I was young, they answered, please listen to my pitiful story. Swallowed hard. Notice if needles of ice were driving me to desperation. That wasn't some kind of yokai. Marie. Must have been Maria Moria. If someone were to see us together there, it might be under some futile suspicion. Like always, after we'd end our school rendezvous, I'd leave first. She would probably leave sometime after. Basically, after I leave, Maria is left alone in the toilet stall. From there, on some off chance a student or someone went and entered the old school building, they went and to hear the girl crying inside the stall. Maria would doubtlessly want to tell them her story. Even so, the student who went there thought it was a yokai and must have run away. That is quite a coincidence, perhaps a miracle. Without knowing it, I've avoided a deadly crisis. That student had thought it was a yokai and lent an ear to Maria's story. There's no doubt that right now I'd be in a jail cell. But even with that miraculous coincidence, I couldn't stop my cold sweat. Right. But they say if you listen to Meso-Meso-san, you must not speak to it. Well, if you do speak to Meso-Meso-san, you see its true form after opening the door. Or then it gets gruesome. Gruesome? Alright, it's a goat's mouth. They say you'll be dragged into the stall, and after breaking every bone in your body, it'll kill you. So they say, don't speak with it, don't look at it. Scary, scary, scary. Yeah, but people don't normally go to the old building bathrooms. So this is just a good story to get people to go near Meso-Meso-san's stall, isn't it? They'd say, better not go there, don't go there. But then obviously they'll go. If Meso-Meso-san was really there in that stall, well, that would be scary. Ha 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 ha. Without thinking, I was barely able to contain myself from bursting into laughter while listening to that conversation. Someone who had heard Maria Moria's cries made a ghost story. Up until that point, this had been a dangerous miscalculation. But I never in my dreams have imagined for them to dance that gets going near that stall. Advise going. Maria's cries that wanted salvation ironically backfired and drove students away from her. The girls are superstitious. Naturally, they wouldn't imitate this sort of transgression. On the other hand, the boys will really like this idea. However, no matter what kind of reason they might have, the girls' bathroom is such a forbidden place for prepubescent boys that if they were to set foot in it, they'd probably be accosted for it. In other words, Meso-Meso-san's ghost story, now more than ever, has driven people away from that bathroom. Now that's probably too optimistic. This is a picture from Umineko. I forget when it's used, but while almost all the students might be scared of the ghost story, the school's just too big. There must be at least one student who isn't afraid. Speaking of that person, if we were to tell the students our secret, I mean my own, there's something I want to look at real quick. Give me a second. I want to just kind of find out the length of Higanbana. Like, this playthrough, it's 2 hours long. Yeah, it looks like Meso-Meso-san's about 2 hours long for me too. More or less. Well, Yeah, I was wondering if I could just make this one video. Oh. That was weird. That's my desktop. It's really great. I have a thumbnail. That's where I put my thumbnails. Speaking of that person, for her to tell the students our secret and be my ruin. Let's realize the strain of the situation coming back once again. Told Marie to come to the usual old school building's bathroom after school today as well. Lastly, it might be best if I monitor the situation a bit. Should at least take the time to see what kind of blind spots exist in the halls that cross the old school building's bathroom. I'm really discreet. Today should be my farewell rendezvous with Marie. Yet, the stupid male nature. I intended to make Marie my slave. In reality, I'm becoming hers. Every day is already unbearably painful for me, so forcing Marie to help heal that pain at the end of each day has come to the point where I was unable to resist even a single day without her. Although I make Marie call me her master like a pet, in reality as the one being mastered. For Marie, a day I didn't call for her was probably a day of rest. But for me, because I didn't summon her, I'd suffer that day from a pain that went unhealed. And so, while feeling a present conscience to not invite her to that bathroom, I also held that contradiction that I didn't want to cancel today's invitation. This guy's, really messed up. How will I violate her today? I occupied my thoughts since this morning. If I were to postpone it, there'd be no doubt what happened in my mind. So, aware of the dangers, I called upon Maria again today. Before long, I won't be able to call her up anymore. So I'll absolutely enjoy her to my heart's content. I'll make today last forever and ever. Oh, that's a nice face. Okay. Marie, I love you. You and your body, and to the point of your madness. In love with all of it. Marie. Ah, ha, ha, ha. That's a good stopping point then. I was under the impression this would last a bit over an hour, so I was gonna do it all in one, but if this is like 2 hours long, then I'm gonna call it here. So I'll see you guys next time with some more Higanbana no Saku Yoro ni. Meso San first chapter. See you guys then. Bye.